Just gonna check the audio once again. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to BRL round 6 around Monaco here. A little bit late to start this one for me, so I apologise, but we'll get into laps immediately. I know Baz Brains has started his lap beforehand, but we'll go in with our Henson into turn 1. Very nice here through Sam Devot, and he's going to now use the straight line speed of his car, which will be very middle through this track as there's high downforce, medium speed corners, high speed corners all throughout this track. I had to take it a little bit carefully on this first lap, I'm assuming, because you do not want to have a lap here without a banker beforehand. If you crash on this qualifying session and your tyre comes off, it is over. Famous Monaco hairpin, obviously, probably the most iconic corner in Formula 1. And we're going to go now through the Monaco tunnel, another great spot, and probably the only spot to have a realistic overtake other than turn 1 in this whole track. Henson's starting to use a lot of his battery down here. Going into this very tight chicane, it's quite easy to invalidate on the inside there, but he doesn't do that, so that's very nice. And there we go, Jimmy Jags, already our first victim, clouts, I'm assuming, the inside wall, and that is him gone. Just went through a simple chicane there of our Henson. Very, very, very quick in these Formula 1 cars now, and what he's going to now have to wait for is a DRS activation point. Another yellow flag, but I think that is just out of his way. Josh and Baz Brains already setting the laps down. What is Henson going to do for the first lap? 10.4. Few tenths behind Josh currently, who set the fastest lap for him beforehand, but very nice for him so far. Bluebird also in the Haas. One of our new people there, as that is a Williams? Yeah, Tyler round. Not sure what happened there, but on the medium tyres, he is not going to do any better than that. Hazard 11.9. Bluebird goes up for 11.5. Blackbone there, purple middle sector as well. Tyler has left the session. I'll quickly try and see if I can get him an invite back. Yeah, a lot of things are sort of happening at the moment, and I'm not too sure what to do. Yeah, I can't find him there at the moment. Jeremy sat there, pole by... Look at that, 1 second so far for Jeremy South. That is a benchmark and a half. We're going to have that on the gaps to drive it there normally. But look, Josh here, even with minimal ERS and a second lap in a row, looks like it's still a few tenths up. I mean, he's just invalidated there going after Schmickel chicane, but that tells me people have more time in the tank. Kodoy also says that time on the medium, so he will have likely a P3 start at the moment. Knowing Light goes into P7. Another person who is new for this race, Wisburn is, I think, the last new face here, other than, yeah, obviously, Colour beforehand, Bluebird, and Knowing Light. But, yeah, it's obviously, like, shocking. How bad is it? Let's have a look. Are we on board with him? I'll see how it looks. Let's go on board with the Haas driver here, starting their next lap. I think a lot of people can do consecutive laps here, but we'll just see how it looks. Looks okay. CJ Drama M pops in a time as well in Williams there, and currently it's an RB12, so they'll be very happy with their result. Blue there touching the wall slightly. That's a bit wide. It is a little bit choppy here in terms of the frames as well. Yeah, looks a bit rough, but yeah, Wisbon on YouTube up into P2 in the Ferrari. Blackbone, we should know, Knowing Light there. With Purple Middle Sector. My god, hold on. Sorry, I am looking all over the place here. No, up to 6th. Okay, you'll just have to excuse me, guys, just for a few minutes, as Hazard parks up, trying to get out of the way. Yeah, just have to excuse me for a few minutes. I'll let you watch the session really quick. I'll see what's going on. Give me a few minutes. Sorry. Right, really sorry for that few minutes where I'm not commentating. It's just been a bit busy. It still is busy. Quite a bit of stuff here is, yeah, a bit rough at the moment. Sorry, I'm not in a proper commentating mood at the moment. But at the moment, yes, Jeremy Saff, who was on pole and looks like he's over another lap here, has been usurped by Blackbone, who is in the pits with a 108.9. That is quick around here from the McLaren driver. And realistically, after missing last race, he needs to get back some points in this Drivers' Championship. And this is one way definitely to do it. Jeremy Saff here down a few tenths. Tyler Joy's back. So we'll be seeing a time from him. Catet there was going to be the only person who didn't set a time, but has now set one in that Mercedes, back after a few rounds off, and up in P4. Only a few tenths off pole as well, so nothing too bad so far. Josh also on a lap. Let's see what he does coming around the final turn, and goes ahead of Wisburn. Right there, up into P5. Who else is on a lap currently? Don't think knowing right is, unless that's just him saving a bunch of battery. No, not really too sure. Hazard looks like he's on a lap as well. CJ Drama is maybe going to start one. Looks like he is. Yeah, a lot of people are going to start laps now. Let's see what Jeremy Saff does. Will he run to the line? He will run to the line. I also got some food right in front of me, so I'm going to try and see if I can eat this, if possible. Jeremy Saff only is tiny improvement there. Nothing too crazy in the end. Yeah, this is just pretty awkward for me. I've got a lot of things different at the moment trying to deal with, and I can only do so much at a time at the moment. Okay. My God. Oh, Kodoy. Kodoy's retired once again. Sorry. Yeah, let's have a quick look here. Yep, look guys. Whoa, see the job a bit lucky there. Not to go hitting right into that. And as with the Haas there of Bluebird, who apparently is still lagging. I don't see it. I might just be blind or... Oh my goodness me. Well, that's him not improving. But yeah, Jerry Saff not doing an extra lap at the moment. Catet will be another person doing a lap. 8 minutes left, still left this quality session. Not too sure where else everyone's going at the moment. Josh is out as well. So that's in the pits. So I'm assuming he's not going to go quicker than that. Well, he didn't fit. Oh, well, there we go. Another driver out, Cadet. Also, there, yeah, there we go. Cadet is done. He is P4 on the grid at highest, so I had something to avoid that in his Aston Martin. Jesus, my brain is not working today. I'm really sorry, guys. Oh, okay. The other Mercedes in this qualifying, Jordy Viper needs to set another lap. Tyler also, yeah, still on the medium tyres there. A big lock up there into... Well, I mean, apparently just locking up everywhere here, so is this every time we touch the brakes? It looks like it is. There's a bit of a lock up there, and another lock up there, so I'm assuming Tigger doesn't even have you sorted it. I mean, I will give you a look at Bluebird stuff. It looks completely fine on stream. I spectated him for a solid minute, and I don't understand what's going on. It seems okay when I go in there as well. There's a slight issue when looking at it, but I don't feel like it's unbearable lag, at least at the moment. I'd have definitely seen if it was unbearable lag. From what I know, it's just at the moment I'm trying to balance sort of stuff, which is kind of annoying me at the moment. But anyway, I'll still keep spectating him, just make sure he's not going absolutely all over the place, because then if that's the case, then we'll definitely have to see what can happen. I ended up taking that curve a lot more aggressively there, as he was a few tenths up on his time into sector 1, a bit wobbly in sector 2, but he's 4.5 tenths up. That is just too little turning going into the swimming pool, because otherwise his car would go round, but that costs him a women validated lap, and 6 minutes are left in the session now. The other flag I think is Hazard has just let someone by, or that is him backing out of a lap that he is maybe invalidated. Essex Perry though, apparently with a purple middle sector, I am not 100% sure on this, because sometimes, yeah, they're not always accurate this game. There's a bit of twitching there from the Haas. Yeah, I sort of think there so far. Essex Perry does go ahead of a few people there. Bluebird going round here at the moment. I'm trying not to miss all the pole battles and everything, but I need to make sure someone isn't ridiculously lagging across here. It looks fine from what I'm seeing. I mean, there's no jitters, and there we go. Chugged the awesome pole by a few tenths currently. That was almost in the wall there, though, from the Red Bull. But it looks okay. I mean, I'll keep on board with the Haas for a lap, but it's just obviously you don't want to have... I'm missing pole now. This is worrying me. This is stressing me out quite a bit. Blackman goes to pole with an 8.4. I was going to say great lap, but I'm just trying to focus on this at the moment. Once again, if it's just laggy around the streets of Monaco, then it's going to be pretty much impossible to overtake, and it's just going to be awful for anyone involved. That is a bit of lag there, to be fair. Just seeing from an off-board perspective, because I think this will be how most others will see it. But, yeah, there is a bit of lag up and down, but I think it's looking a bit off at the moment. See what he does anyway, because this is obviously an important lap for anyone, because you still need a quality lap as well. Yeah, Bluebird there, half a second up on his time currently. Johnny Viper looks like he's had a bit of a mistake as Bluebird comes around the Monaco hairpin. Looks like it's turning a lot better there. Wisburn, I think, has just set a lap there and has gone up into P4, I think, ahead of Cadet. We'll keep on board with the Haas at the moment, as I think no one else currently is going to set a time. But it looks alright from what I've seen. That is way too late, though. But he somehow manages to keep it. Does a little tap of the wall. But he looks okay now as he heads into Sector 3. Obviously, swimming pool chicane, we've seen earlier with our Henson in validating. Obviously, quite a tricky set of corners. And, well, at least in my opinion, I think the trickiest section of the whole of Monaco. Yeah, I think it's just a slight bit of wobbles here, really, with this connection. But it looks like Bluebird's looking okay at the moment for a decent lap, but look at that. Just not really enough in terms of pace at the moment. He is down in 15th. And yeah, Jimmy Jag's out, obviously. Not setting a time. Who else is going to be setting a time at the moment? And it looks like no one. Never mind, CJ Jarmer is on a lap. That might have been very close to the wall. That did touch the wall there. As he's still on overtake, so very brave from the Williams driver. I'm also going to need... I've got some food right in front of me to eat, and I am very hungry, but I'm going to try not to eat it yet, because I want to try and get this comp done. CJ Jarmer is ahead of his time, but yeah, nothing there. I mean, to me, the Haas looks okay. It looks alright enough at the moment. I've just kept spectating it the past few minutes, and it looks alright. But if there is, like, major issues in the race, then anyone who is really affected by it, please just try and tell me, and then I'll see what I can do. But yeah, almost a bit of blocking there, but Tyler got out of the way. No, not Tyler. CJ Drama there got out of the way just in time of the McLaren of Knowing Light. Tyler, I think, is actually on a lap here, so we'll quickly have a look at Tyler's lap after looking at Knowing Light to see will he clout. Oh, it's close, but he doesn't do it. Yeah, obviously there's two bits to worry about there. There is the entry and then the absolute exit of the upper bit of the chicane. I'm pretty sure I flashed purple then on the side of the map, but I don't think I'm going to trust the purple sectors anymore. They're awful in this game. Half the time they don't even make any sense. But yes, Knowing Light looking like a nice final sector there. So if that is where he lost much of his time, he does improve a bit more. And does go ahead of our Henson up into P9 there. So not bad from him so far. Tyler here, let's see what he does. Hasn't really shown his pace all that much. And goes up into third. So our pole sitter from round 4 at Zambor is now up into the second row. I'll probably be trying to go for one more lap, I'm assuming. Looks like the Awesome is also trying to do another warm-up lap. Knowing Light, I think he's gone for another back-to-back lap here. He's a 10th and a bit up already, apparently. Essex Perry looks like he's on a lap as well. Hazard is going to do an out lap. Yeah, a lot of people here currently on out laps at the moment. Bluebird coming out the pits as well. Johnny Viper starting their lap as well. There's a lot of actions coming to look at here in a minute's time. But we'll try and cover as much as we can. I think the first one we need to look at here is Knowing Light and then Essex Perry afterwards, but never mind. Essex Perry hasn't validated his lap. Knowing Light is fractionally up on his time, but he's got quite a lot of ERS to play with, so looks like he's going to do another lap, maybe after this as well. Yeah, as Hazard, I think that is, lets him by the only Alpine left in this qualifying session. Who else is doing? I think Essex Perry was up on his time. Will Knowing Light improve at all? He improves a little bit, but it looks like he's going to start his lap. Our head's a few tenths up as well. Essex Perry is going to start his final lap. See, Drama isn't able to finish his lap yet at the moment. Johnny Viper's a few tenths up. Blackburn has just gone through the first sector. Chug the Awesome looks like he's going to maybe have to deal with an Alpine here. And if the Alpine's slower than him, he's going to have some problems here on his lap. Tyler's also going to get to the line in time, but I don't think that's... No, he's going to go for a lap as well. Jeremy, Saf, and Wizwer might not make it here. Knowing, like, 10th down, we'll look at our Henson here. I think it's going to be one of the people who might jump up here quite a lot. And look at that, yeah, 7 tenths up at the moment. That might jump him up to P7, which will be a very nice lap from the Aston Martin driver. Let's see it here as he rounds the final few corners. Makes not to pinch the wall too much here. Takes it a little bit carefully, but it's nice here. All the ERS now runs to the line. Let's see what Henson has in the pocket. 7 tenths up, goes P8. Nice lap from him, knowing like looks like he's not going to improve. Hazard there, hits the wall, and that is him done. Blackburn goes up to pole with an 8.430. So let's see if anyone's able to chase him. Chuck the Awesome trying to get out the way of the Alpine there. Wisbird retires as well. That is him done. Tyler is on a lap as well. We'll see if he is up on his time at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to be missing anyone. Let's expect if he's going to cross the line now. He goes 11th. Tyler is absolutely sending this sector free. See if we can get any more time on it, because Chuck the Awesome is in the pits and he is out of it. Jerry Saff also is going to be up on his time as well. Can Tyler do anything to stop Blackburn from taking pole position here across the line? It's only 400s up. Tyler is going to start third, but Jerry Saff may have something to say about it, but no, he can't anymore. His lap's invalidated, but we'll see what happens when he finishes it regardless. Bluebird also 7 tenths up, trying to get ahead of other people. Johnny Viper also trying to do anything. Where can Bluebird go? He will go up to P11, so nothing too bad from him. Where would Jeremy Saff have had this lap put him? A few tenths up, but I don't think that would have put him any higher than P3 there. And Johnny Viper finishes the grid off. Oh, wow. Okay. That was very messy qualifying. Very sorry about that. Anyway, Blackburn on pole. Chug the Awesome completing the front row with him. Blackburn, I think, was the first pole position of the season for him. Tyler, Jeremy Saff looking at second row. Wisburn and Gatet on his return in P6. Josh, R. Henson, Bazbrains, and Knowing Light rounding out the top 10. Bluebird in 11th. Essex Perry 12th. Kodoy 13th. Hazard 14th. Caesar John 15th. Johnny Viper 16th, and Jimmy Jags rounds off the grid without a time. We will be back in a second. 4 lights out. Just give me 1 minute. Okay then, we are back here. Looks like most people are going to start on the hard tires here. This is a bit brave. I'd have thought most people would have started on a set of mediums here, really. Tyler and Jeremy South, I think, are going to do the same. There we go, top 4 do the same now. They might have just heard me in the commentary box going to say that, and then like, oh, let's do that as well. Josh doing the same there, swapping to the mediums, so this might just be the lights going in a second here. Can't really have my food right now. This is really annoying. It's getting very cold, but yeah, there is a safety car. You already know that I'm going to be having some of that, and everything will be on mute, and you will not hear me for the next few minutes because I am a very hungry commentator at the moment. Kodoy there, interestingly, on the softs. I think he qualified on mediums, so he's just going to go all out here, hopefully not break anything of his car, and hopefully he will be all okay. But yeah, high safety car chance here. Assuming we'll get a few, definitely, because I think everyone's going to take it incredibly carefully into turn 1. I am going to expect punts into turn 1. I'm going to expect front wing damages into turn 1. Yeah, like, I think this is the report round. But enough of that anyway. We're going to head to 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix, the first time in BRL, and for Season 10, it's now underway. Blackburn there, immediately off to a nice start, gets his launch he wanted. Tyler on the inside of Chuck the Awesome. Will he get it? Yes, he will. That's a... Oh, Catet has ruined it, knowing like also half round there, might have been hit round a little bit. Haas is there, gaining quite a few places, but Blackburn got the start he wanted. Off of the 5 red lights, there's a lot of side-by-side going on. Kodoy just trying to get out of the way of everything there, as I think he might have had some sort of damage or illegal overtake, but everyone else here is going pretty much single file now. As Monaco transition, there's a bit of contact there between Knowing Light and Essex Perry again. I'm not sure if anyone's going to try and make a move here. Bit of contact again, Williams, CJ Jarman and Hazard. Jimmy Jags, I think, also involved in that as Kodoy Katet goes side by side there. But look at Blackburn goes currently so far. He's already second clear of Tyler, which is really crucial for this race so far. Will anyone be trying to make a move down into here? Is anyone close enough to make a move? Let's have a quick look. Oh, that might have been a move down there. Very quick for Kodoy, but no, it looks like it was just a bit of a fake out move. Right, let's have a quick look here. Look at some of these gains here. Jolly Viper, one of the biggest standouts here. Look at this, up 10 places. And looks like without damage as well. So, fair play to the... oh, God. Mercedes driver. Always he gets a bit loosey there. Hazard was probably going to get him now on the hard tyres. They're both on similar tyres here. Will Jolly Viper try? Stick with it. There's a contact. Oh, and that's tears. That's tears right there for Hazard and Jolly Viper. I'm not too sure who has moved on who now, whose fault that might be. But that is, well, both their races pretty much done for the moment because both of them got front wing damage and now they are down and out, other than Katet, who's just going to come out the pits with, well, not even replace front wing. So Katet is going to be behind them as well, as I think he would definitely want to have this front wing replaced at a track like this. Anyway, other gainers, Jimmy Jags up 6. Yeah, everyone here up 1 at least to do with Katet's, well, I guess fumble, if we'll put it that way. Absolutely outbraked himself into turn 1, and unfortunately for him, that was him gone, and he's now onto the medium tyres. And speaking of tyres, let's see if anyone else here really is doing anything at the moment, because obviously Monaco, it's going to be busy as anything. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, Blackburn already 2 seconds clear though onto lap 3. So very nice for him. Look at that, fastest lap of the race as well. Not too bad from him. Tyler as well behind. Chuck the Awesome also behind there on the hard tyres. So I think Chuck the Awesome here is probably the one in a good spot at the moment. Let's try and see if we can spot anyone having damage up the front of the field potentially. Just got to make sure of this. Got no damage there. No damage Chuck the Awesome either. No damage for Jamie Saff. No damage for Wisburn. No damage for Josh. No damage for Henson from what I'm seeing. None for Baz. None for Bluebird. CJ John may have had some. There's a little clout with the wall there. Jimmy Jags may have involved in something. Well, he's definitely involved in something there. As Essex Perry goes far too late on the brakes. Lets people die as well because he thinks, you know what, it might be a little bit rough here. Knowing like they're now on the back of Jimmy as Baz. I don't know if he's made a mistake or he might have just let his teammate past. But Bluebird now is... Oh, okay, yeah, that was a bit of bad lag if that was... what people have been seeing. Let's go quickly flash minis back up again. But yeah, at the moment, Bluebird not having a bad race so far. Essex Perry is the first one to pick up a bunch of 3-second penalties. Johnny Viper taking it really careful through there, not wanting to get any warnings. Chunk the Awesome, I think has also just lost a bunch of places there. He might have... He's had DRS, so he's definitely been behind someone, and definitely not behind Josh there. But Chunk the Awesome, I think, has just lost a few places. Probably with their rear tyres hitting something. I'm assuming his rear tyres have hit the Raskas corner, which sticks out quite a lot. Essex Perry retired, but that is in the pit lane. Had to double check that. Just make sure. Kodoy here. It looks like we're going to have a move up. Oh, that's close. Yeah, this is the issue. With Monaco, the car's just too wide at the moment, so knowing like place that in the middle of the track, Kodoy's got nowhere to go. So even on them soft tyres, Kodoy just can't make a move at the moment. He can't at all. And I think most people aren't going to be able to do it either. Hazard there, obviously getting past Cadet as he has to pit for a new front wing, and he now does so onto the hard tyres, so I'm assuming he might just take him to the end of the race now. But, yeah, been a few laps already, and the grid is quite split. Looks like a lot of people are trying to attack that curve, probably trying to get the best time gain out of that that they can. But, yeah, I think I sort of expected this at the moment, but we're getting some action here, knowing like trying to go on the inside of Jimmy Jags here, but, yeah, no way through in Sector 3, really, unless you want to go for a very ballsy move at Raskas. Let's see if no one does it. He closed up right to Jimmy Jags, but maybe Kodoy now might be the one to try and think about something. He won't. He'll decide to stay back. There's Jimmy Jags' slight tap of the wall, so you can tell there. That might be something that caught out Chuck the Awesome at the front there on the hard tyres. Let's see if anyone's going to be under threat. Both of them using their battery and DRS, sorry. But let's here, look, there's no moves coming at the moment. Kodoi trying to use the battery up here, trying to see if he can get past Knowing Light, but let's find out. No, nothing happens here. Once again, yeah, this looks like it's definitely going to be a one-off for our league, as Kodoi has quite a bit of a snap there, I'm pretty sure. Or definitely takes a different line to everybody else. Yeah, looking like so far, yeah, it's definitely going to need to be a one-off race here if this is the sort of things we're having. I mean, probably the only interesting thing we could probably have right now is a crash and Bluebird there. I thought he was about to crash into that wall, but nope. CJ Drama in 10th, Jimmy Jags in 11th. Knowing Light behind him, trying to go for a move. Jimmy Jags a little bit out of shape there. Yellow flag sector 1. Is that Johnny? Oh no, Catet. Oh, I'm not sure how Catet's done that, but Catet is already having an awful race. Lap 6, lapped by Blackbow. So Catet is just not having a fun time out here at the moment. Unfortunately for him, and especially on his return after a few rounds, he just does not feel like he's got the practice, I guess, at the moment. Let's see if Knowing Light now can make a move on Jimmy Jags. He's going to use all the battery he has. Will he find a move down the inside to turn 1? He tries closing up, but he just can't find a way past so far. Probably go recharge his battery for another lap. Jimmy Jags got a lot of battery to use compared to Knowing Light. It's about 60 odd to 30 odd percent there. No, 90 odd there. But interestingly, Jimmy Jags's fuel is yellow there. So if we quickly try and look at his dashboard at the moment, yeah, 0.4 down on fuel, I think that was for Jimmy. Let's see if anyone's done the same. Yeah, Bluebird also doing the same there. He is, I think, 0.5 down on his fuel there. So people are thinking, there you go, our heads are the same. About point, oh, trying to think of how I can see that. Yeah, 0.1 down on fuel. So I think people are really slightly on fuel just in case there really isn't going to be a safety car. But yeah, Hazard also being 1 to under fuel, but currently down quite low in the field. Yeah, I can really understand why people will overfuel, because if there was going to be a place for a load of safety cars, obviously here, let's be real, really close walls and very hard overtaking spots. If there is an overtake attempted, then it could be likely it just goes all horribly wrong. But here we go, actually. Hold on a minute. Knowing Light trying to go around the outside. Jimmy Jags. Jimmy Jags leaves the space. A little bit of contact there as Knowing Light goes around the outside. But that's a lovely move from Knowing Light. Jimmy Jags being very respectful, giving him the space. And Knowing Light maybe having to be a bit aggressive there, putting out his elbows. But I think that was a very nice move there from Knowing Light up into P11. And that is the first on-track move we have seen. And it's lap 7. Yeah, I mean, obviously since the start of the race. Oh, Kodoi there, maybe thinking about something there. Trying to mount the curb, get a better line than Jimmy Jags, but no, not looking likely at the moment. But yeah, fair play to Knowing Light. He's now been held, he's now been held up enough by Jimmy Jags, and he is now free to go and try and use the pace that he might have. Jimmy Jags there cuts the curve, maybe having a slight tap against the wall, not wanting to lose crazy amount of time, but obviously, yeah, gets a 3-second penalty for probably gaining a bit of time on Kodoi, and for what it looks like here, time on Knowing Light as well, because he's now pretty much right there with the McLaren, but nothing is really doing at the moment, unless Jimmy wants to try and go for a move. I don't know if he will. Yeah, he's a bit too far back at the moment, but at least crucially for him, he is DRS through that straight, and Kodoi does not. So Kodoi's advantage on soft tyres looks like they're fading a little bit there, as with DRS not being used. Johnny Viper trying his best to navigate straight to Monaco, almost has an issue there. Hazard catching up quite quickly, so Hazard, I mean, is going to at least have someone to fight, but I don't know how else going to go for Johnny Viper here. Is I think, yeah, he's got some front wing damage as well. So Hazard, Johnny Viper might have another bit of fighting in the wars. Actually, oh, that was a nice move, and I've absolutely missed that. Bluebird on Baz Brains. Bluebird, sorry. But Baz Brains getting back past the Hash drivers. Bluebird hits the wall a few times. I'm not sure if that is any damage. Yeah, a little bit of damage on the right end plate for Bluebird. But, yeah, probably showing a sign of him just having a few issues around his Monaco track. And look at that. I think there's a bit more damage left at the end there. Yeah, Bluebird will probably have to come in and fix the wing. Make sure he sets it to yes, unlike Catet, because Catet had a few issues there. And he, hopefully, for him, or at least for his sake. Has the wing replaced, get out some hard tyres. Let's go from there. Look, he's just trying to just ring the car through these corners, but it's just so much difficult. So much more difficult without the downforce there. Catet may have been feeling the same before his wing change, but he is ghosted currently as, well, I mean, at the moment, oh, his backbone. We were on board for that one. He has lost a bit of time there, about half a second, to Tyler behind, and that was a very clear reason as to why. That was very close to him having some damage on his McLaren, but he's currently still in the race. All good for him. As well, people here, Chuck the Awesome right on the back of Wisburn, trying to go for a move, but there is nothing doing for him so far. Hazard there now past Jolly Viper, so their, I guess, settlement here is now decided. Hazard passed the Mercedes driver. Let's see now, will Bluebird come into the box? He's lost a bunch of time to his teammate Baz Brains. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he decides to come into the pits. Hopefully for him, he's got the wing change on, yes. Well, I think we'll probably see a few of these today, because we've already seen it with Hazard. We've seen it with Catet. Will Bluebird have his wing replaced? Let's make sure he does. He does not. That is... Yep, that's what's going to happen. Oh, look at here, though. Baz Brains looking very nice here on the back of our Henson. Since pulling away from Bluebird and getting the move done, he's been getting very close to this Aston Martin. And Bluebird there, after probably maybe holding up Baz Brains for a few laps, is now no more and has the box again off them hard tyres and onto, well, a different set of tyres now. As if he wants to get rid of that wing and change it, then yeah, he's going to need to go into the box again. Surprisingly, no one has actually lost the wheel yet. I'm very surprised. Oh, but that's an early undercut. Wisburn, here we go. He decides that in traffic, it's just not worth staying in the DRS train and maybe losing time normally. Let's see, he goes onto a set of hards, so that could be to the end of the race if he could do it. His ideal aim here is to get in between the pocket of our Henson and Baz Brains, and it looks like he's going to do that. CJ Drama looks like he's going to be a bit too far back, because Knowing Light actually here, right on the back, and Jimmy Jags has a little bit of a hit against the wall. But let's see if Knowing Light can get past CJ Drama here, as the medium tires look like they're starting to fade a little bit. CJ Drama, a little bit hesitant on there. Lovely move if he can make that stick. No, Knowing Light just has to back out. Nice respect from both of them, as Knowing Light tries to find a way by the Williams driver, who looks like struggling a little bit out there on the medium tires. But Knowing Light, very aggressive at the moment, but it's looking very nice to watch at the moment and providing us with some nice moves so far. So, fair play on the McLaren driver for this. Chug the Awesome here. This is a bit key for this race. So, it looks like he's got a 3-second penalty. And on the hard tyres, he's going to have to go longer unless he wants to do a two-stop, which could just put him in traffic here. And look, he's trying to absolutely send it around Monaco now. He's probably a bit frustrated after getting that 3-second penalty. Will Jeremy Saff try and cover off Wisburn? He will not. Jeremy Saff will just try and find his way to keep going. But it looks like he's going to have a little bit of a fight here with Chug the Awesome on his hands. Will he fight it a little bit? He does make it a little bit late. Chug the Awesome has to clout the curb quite a bit there. Jeremy Saff probably not thinking he'd actually go for the move there and left him not much room to work with. But Chug the Awesome looks like he's going to have to wait a little bit more if he wants to move on that V-carb. Obviously not RB at the moment, I guess, because that is the 2025 car. But, yeah. Anyway, Knowing Light was trying to go for a move there on CJ Drama, but he has lost quite a bit of ground there. Codeway into the pits off the soft tyres. So, yeah, this is what I'm talking about with the undercut. Maybe we'll start on mediums. Have the chance to go and do some crazy strategy here, where they just go on the mediums for a few laps, and they just take the hard tyres and run into the end of the race. It's very possible, because you just can't overtake that well on this track, and you really have to make sure you got the pace for it. But if he can bring out that pace early in the hard tyres, he can go well ahead of people in track position, and he can just defend if they do get close to him. But hopefully, he thinks, just take the pain of running the hard tyres for a few more laps for the absolute gain of just utilising the pace of them at the start of the stint. And Josh there decides, not going to do anything more. The Awesome gets another 3-second penalty there. I'm not sure if that's just him trying to overtake Jeremy Saff and just getting a little bit crossed up again. But Chug the Awesome having some issues there. He's trying to still find a way past Jeremy Saff. He might be a little bit annoyed now behind the back of him. But look at this. This one I'm talking about with the undercut as Hazard gets a 3-second penalty. Look at this undercut. Wisburn and Josh are pretty much right next to each other on the track as we see, oh my goodness me, knowing like CJ drama now side by side. This is great racing so far. Definitely a bit of contact, but that's got to happen here at Monaco. Knowing Light has to see the position in the end, maybe thinking it was a little bit unfair that he was able to be side by side with him, or maybe the game gave him legal overtake. I do not know. But let's see. Will he try and move here on the inside? No, he will not. CJ drama breaks late enough to go into the corner and still retain his place. But yeah, this one I'm talking about, at least before I was interrupted there, Wisburn, with a few extra laps, has just absolutely pulled away from Josh there in the V-Carb. And if anyone else wants to box here, Jeremy Saff, for example, he was basically just ahead of Wisburn. By the time he boxes, he will have a lot of catching up to do back up to Wisburn and maybe even Josh here at the moment. The issue is for Wisburn now is that now he's catching a bit of traffic. Chug the Awesome, and oh my goodness me. Chug the Awesome with Jerry Saff, I think now after finally realising they're having to go for a bit of a fight, Chug the Awesome's now got wing damage. And at the moment, this is going to open a door to people in the Drivers' Championship of all things. Henson there onto the hard tyres. Chug the Awesome will have to box off them hard tyres onto a set of mediums because that damage is not going to be sustainable. As for Jeremy Saff there, look at that. Lost about 8 seconds in that first sector. And Wisburn already gets past Baz Brains. Virtual safety car out on the track now, as our Henson did just pit. He gets a little bit of benefit for his sake. But unfortunately for him, this might benefit his championship rival, Catet and Johnny Viper, I think, got on a little bit in the wars there. There's a few people coming to pits now, Hazard and CJ Drama. But the fuel now is a little bit less negotiable for people here. Blackburn likely will come into the pits. Tyler will likely come into the pits. And it's looking like our top three is probably sorted now. Maybe Jeremy Sapp can get back into it, but Blackburn will pit, Tyler will pit. It's likely these two are going to end up on the podium together at the moment. Blackburn will get ahead of Tyler most likely, and they'll go onto the hard tyres. Never mind that. Never mind, okay. Well, they just stopped for a second. Don't know what happened there. Jeremy Saff can come back into the pits, but gets a 10-second penalty to be speeding in pit lane. So that is him, well, I was going to say out of it, but yeah, he's going to need to serve that penalty again. Jeremy Saff decides that's it, enough. Even from third place, decides to retire and just thinks that's it because... Oh, Tyler drive-through for virtual safety car. Oh my goodness me. Right, who's got drive-throughs? Well, just Tyler. Yeah, just Tyler here. So this is really good for people like our Henson at the moment because, well, I mean, he's going to get a free position from Jeremy Sapp. Jimmy Jags hasn't pitted yet off them hard tyres. Neither has Baz Brains, the person he was fighting with. But he's now on the fresh hard tyres. One of his championship rivals, well, the championship leader there, right in front of him. Let's see if our Henson can try and get ahead of Chuck the Awesome. He can't. Remember, Chuck is 6 seconds of a penalty, so our Henson can just stick on the back of him as Knowing Light comes into the pits. He's got wing damage, so Knowing Light, after having a few nice moves early on, is going to have to quickly go and get them back. He's gone to a set of soft tyres, I believe. So yeah, he's going to go very aggressive, maybe try another stop in this race. Let's see what happens here. But Jimmy Jags as well might play as a key person in this at the moment. I mean, look, he's struggling a little bit on the rear end, but I mean, look at this. The top two in the championship are right behind him. And you also got Tyler there having to serve his drive-through. I'm not sure when he's going to do it, but he's going to have to do it soon. And the drive-through will probably put him to about P4, P5, which will not be a crazy amount of points. And yeah, Chuck the Awesome there now past Jimmy Jags. And Jimmy, not sure what actually happened there. It might have been a nice move from Chuck the Awesome, but yeah, not too sure what happened. Jimmy Jags probably will let our Henson go now. I'm assuming he's getting right up close to him. Jimmy Jags trying his best just to navigate through the streets here. Will he lift off and get our Henson by? It doesn't look like he's going to do it at the moment. But yeah, our Henson will probably be on the back of him sooner rather than later. Knowing Light there, also past Hazard now. Getting some interesting places where we're getting overtakes here. 2 overtakes at the end of Sector 2 at the moment currently, from what I've seen. Johnny Viper has a little hit against the wall. Catet with another 3-second penalty. Just trying to salvage anything from this race. Even a point would be good enough for him. Johnny Viper, ooh, maybe catching Knowing Light a little bit off guard there. As Hazard is right on the back of him too. Will Johnny Viper be able to survive the attack down the straight? Because it looks like Knowing Light can survive from Hazard. And it looks like he can. Jeremy Sapp decides to leave possession here after his retirement. Knowing Light tries to squeeze past Johnny Viper and save with Hazard here. Very close and almost a little bit of contact. Absolute sending into the wall, I assume. with Johnny Viper, but yeah, Johnny Viper now is looking like, without a stop in this race, he has been passed by these people, and Catet will come up, his teammate right by him, with 2 stops, and he will go and take the move and the position of him. Not sure when Tyler got this penalty, but he might need to serve it soon, and that's his teammate there, down, about to be lapped, just been lapped by Blackburn, actually, I might add, but at the moment, Blackburn, looking on course to take quite a lonely victory, I'll put it that way. Henson now finally passed Jimmy Jags, took a lap for him, but look at that, he's been held up by 4 or 5 seconds there. So Henson at the moment, looks like he's not going to outscore Chug the Awesome at the moment, which, I mean, at least for him is a bit of bad news in terms of the championship, but I think he knows that best thing he can do here is just do the best he can, rather than always having to get ahead of Chug the Awesome, because sometimes it just can't be happening. But yeah, there, Catet gets past Johnny Viper, and there's just a bit of kerfuffle here as there's 3 drivers actually trying to fight each other. There you go, look. Contact there, I think. Oh, and Catet's round. I didn't even see that. Decides to go to the pits, assuming this is a retirement from the Mercedes. Yeah, broken front wing, assuming this is a retirement. Yeah, led the session directly, so he will not affect anyone anymore. Tyler there decides to drive through now. Will he come out into P3 or P4? Let's see here. Baz doing his best, but yeah, Tyler comes back out into the race in P3 currently. So nothing doing for him. Just give me 1 second here, boys. Give me 1 minute. Anyway, boys, we are back as Wisberg gets a 3-second penalty. So, my goodness, yeah, very influential for Tyler there currently, who is doing his best to try and fight back in this race. Obviously, trying to get within that 3-second gap now as Wisburn is going to do his best to get that. But at the moment, Kodoy here is going to be the one to try and fight Bluebird. Let's hope this doesn't end in tears. At least for our sake, he's going to try and go for a move down the inside. Bluebird is able to block him off, but he goes a little bit wide off the exit. Kodoy trying to get on the power. Bluebird, I think, decides to let him by there. I think, yeah, Bluebird's still carrying a little bit of wing damage, so, yeah, he's struggling through some of these high-speed corners. Didn't want to hold up Kodoy a little bit too much, so fair play to him. Also going to take the DRS, I think. Yeah, look, this Bluebird struggles to put down any sort of brakes. But so far, not too bad from some of our debutants. Wisburn doing his best to try and keep ahead of Tyler currently in P2. Jimmy Nags has no penalty there, unfortunately, but he's not one of our newcomers. He's been here for a long while. Knowing Lake has pulled off some nice moves, honestly. And Bluebird as well, not doing too bad, considering the wing damage he has got, and he's tapped the wall a little bit again there, but looks like he's not got as much damage still. I think, is that Catet's? Yeah, it's Catet's goes to the car, so I don't think that's going to be too much there. Johnny Viper may also get a point at the moment. He keeps trundling around here. Chug the Awesome's out! Oh my goodness me, it's full shock. Oh my god. Okay, so Chug the Awesome, yeah, he's clouted the wall on the... Oh my goodness me. Okay, right, so yeah, Chug the Awesome clouted the wall on the left-hand side there. Right, this gives me time to eat. Oh, thank goodness me. Right, well... okay, right, anyway, alright, I've got to catch up on a lot of stuff now. Woohoo! Okay, finally, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about now. Right, Bats Rates comes into the pits, onto a set of mediums. Josh does the same. Our Henson stays out, interestingly. I think he would have probably had the gap to pit. Yeah, Jimmy Jack comes into the pits as well. Kodoy too, but I'm assuming that, yeah, the leaders have gone past safety car, so I think, yeah. What did you poor league members to deserve 39 laps Monaco? They kept asking for it. This is what they've got, and I think most people are unhappy. So, yeah, live and learn, I guess. We'll put it that way. Yeah, nice to see you as well, J-Holes. Popping in for a stream. And I'll be honest with you, it's, yeah, I've had a bit of a snooze on this one as well. A few nice moves, actually, but, yeah, not too much going on at the moment. Blackburn decides to stay out as well. He probably could have had a rate of boxing here. Yeah, he could have gone to the same mediums, I think, but decides against it. Will Wisburn box as well? unless they don't have a fresh set of mediums, that might be it, actually. They might not have fresh set of mediums, but yeah, Whisper and Tyler come into the pits. Blackbone decides not to. I'm not too sure if that's meant to have happened, but yeah. Oh, okay. Looks like they've gone to a harder compound instead. So yeah, Whisburn onto a fresh set. Oh no, Tyler's gone to a set of mediums. So fresh mediums as well. Baz Rain's also on fresh set. Henson, will he try and box now because Josh has gone behind him? Realistically, he will go down to P7, but he'll have the fresh mediums. Will he do it? He won't. He'll decide. Keep track position, go from there. But it looks like Blackburn at the moment. All is going well. Hope all is going well. I don't know. I don't know what to think of this at the moment. I mean, we've had a bit of contact. But yeah, I guess that's what's going to happen when it comes to Monaco here. A bit of a sit rep anyway, J-Horse, while you are here, before I go and actually eat something during the safety car period. Yeah, Chuck the also our championship leader crashes, I think, at just the exit of that chicane. He just went past it. Exit that chicane, just clout the inside, and Chuck the Awesome is currently out. I think right now this pushes our Henson into the championship lead, if I'm correct. Tyler will gain 22 points, so Henson will be at about 16, if we're going to say that right. So I think he'll lead the championship to Tyler here by... God, I don't know if I can do maths as well at the moment. Yeah, 16 points. He'll be on 100. Tyler will be on 91. So Henson, as it stands right now, leads Drivers' Championship by 9 points. And Chuck the Awesome is behind on 88. Hazard as well is, I guess, also relatively there, but it looks like Blackburn currently is going to be a big winner. Took pole, obviously, and is currently looking on for a win at the moment, which will take him up to 83 points. So that will be only about 5 points behind Chuck the Awesome, is currently only about 12 points behind our Henson. So we'll have about 4 or 5 drivers at the moment sat around in some decent places here. We'll see how it goes though at the moment for Chuck the Awesome and others at the moment. Yeah, I think yeah, people are not happy with this, obviously. But I'm going to mute my micro now, have a bit of something to eat, and then I guess you can enjoy the sound of F1 cars getting about 60 mile an hour through Monaco. I might also point out now that the 50 mile an hour rule that we usually stick to, I think it's going to be quite difficult to do here. So if people do it, then yeah, I mean, I'm not really too fussed if it goes under 40. Really, I mean, it goes under 50 down to about 40 because it's really expected. It's very slow set corners here, and it's quite hard to keep it above 50. Is yeah, like Josh there. I was trying to let lap cars by there. I was wondering if he was trying to let Jimmy Jags by then, but no. Okay, anyway, I'll be back once safety car is coming in. Sorry, I just wanted to point out there. I think Jolly Viper and someone else had a collision there. Not sure what happened. Oh my goodness me, the warnings. Yeah, Jolly Viper speaking as well Henson, so not sure what's happened there, but I'll continue eating just for a minute. Now, mine only gets to eat about 2-3 bites of my food here, as safety car is in this lap. Wisman's actually there. Oh, there's a few lap cars in between. Okay, so there's an issue here with lap cars at the moment. I think lap cars there, CA Drama, Knowing Light, and Hazard. Basically, just get out of the way of these guys. Because Blackman's doing his best to abide to the safety car times, but has he gone a bit early here? Is the safety car's going to peel into the pits? Has he gone early? Or might it be... No, he's okay. He's off and away. But, yeah, they're going to have to negotiate lap cars because that's lost some time in a moment. They're all free to race still, these lap cars. Oh, and Johnny Viper does the same as his teammate on lap 1 there and absolutely decks into the wall at turn 1. So, yeah, not at the moment. Nothing else going on yet. This is the lap cars at the moment, so it's going to be quite able to try and see who's going to remove at the moment and who's who, really. But, yeah, we'll do our best. Has there past Knowing Light, and I don't know. I'm assuming we're ghosted inside Knowing Light here, but I have no idea what's going on, because I think all of these guys are lapped and trying to fight position, rightly so, but everyone here at the moment is just trying to get past them, as it's just, look at this, they're all ghosted, but they're all, well, not ghosted, really. They're doing their best to try and get past each other, but look at the state of this. You know, like, look at this, Knowing Light, CJ Drama, Knowing Light actually did get past CJ Drama there, so I think he's trying to let by lap cars, but CJ Drama on the back, no, that's not Hazard. Hazard's there. Yeah, a little bit of a tap there. You can tell it now. Oh my goodness. Trying to find everyone here. Look at just the chaos. Baz trying to get by here. DRS enabled now. Tyler is on the back of Wisburn, but Wisburn currently at the moment has got a 3-second penalty. Josh passed on Henson as well. So Henson on them hard tyres at the moment, not really doing too much. Jimmy Jags somehow, I don't know how he's done it, but he's up to 7th at the moment. No idea how he's done it. Hazard there, past CJ Drama now. Is that him ghosted? No, CJ Drama's ghosted now. Yeah, there's so much going on here because everyone is just Knowing Light's trying to... I don't know what's going on here. Knowing Light's trying to get past all these lap cars and trying to just keep his own pace, which is allowed, but it's probably really disrupting these guys out in front at the moment who are maybe even faster than him right now. Yeah, Tyler is just doing his best to spot his braking points. And oh, there's Wisburn off the track. That might give Tyler instruction. It does. Yeah, Tyler now passed up into P2. Baz Brains is on the back here. Having 2 lapped cars, I believe that is in front of him now. With the Ferrari. Oh, no, that's not CJ Drama. That is Tyler. Jesus. This is really hard to keep track of. Johnny Viper. 10-second penalty for track limits. Not sure how you've done that at Monaco. But fair enough to you. You're still technically in the points. No, he's not anymore retired from the session. Never mind. Johnny Viper decides it is enough. And we're down to now just 13 runners in this race. It's looking a bit overcast, to be honest. But I don't believe there's any rain, at least coming. Kodor there, all on the back of Jimmy Jags, trying his best to get him ahead. Johnny Viper decides to leave the session, obviously. No more racing for him to be done tonight. So he decides against watching the rest. Oh my god. Well, so far I don't really know what's thinking of this race at the moment. Tyler up in 2nd, Henson in 6th at the moment. I think as it stands, he's still the state championship lead, but we'll just have to see reports, anything that can come out, any safety cars, anything. Like Henson could hit into the wall, Tyler could hit into the wall, anyone could hit into the wall, Blackburn could hit into the wall. I don't know what's going on, but I will say right now, Blackbone has got some amazing pace on their older hard tyres. Like, even though Tyler was stuck behind a little bit with these up cars, it looks like Knowing Light now is, yeah, definitely going to release top 3. So now we'll see Tyler's real pace against Blackbone. And I think Blackbone currently has just done enough during that safety car period, because even with the 2-second buffer he had, that's still a 2-second gain on everybody else that he's made in these past 2 laps. I mean, sure, you could probably argue that some people may have been held up a little bit, but it's just lovely pace so far for a set of hard tyres, which won't be at their best by the end of this race. It'll be about where he pitted, but obviously, yeah. This will be about a good 20-odd laps old. 25 laps, I'm going to assume. I think if my math's right. But yeah, not too bad from Blackburn so far. It's just got to survive the rest of these laps currently. Blackburn looks like it's hopping these curbs quite nicely at the moment. Make sure not to get too close to the wall, like Chug the Awesome has done. We've seen that people who are like high up in the championship, they are not, like, they are prone to some of these mistakes that you normally just think, oh, you know, no way they'd do it. But no, Chug the Awesome main competitor there has gone. Jeremy Saff also having issues with Chuck the Awesome, but both of them are now out of the race. Essex Perry also decided to retire early on as the most experienced driver here in BRL, which is crazy to think about, to be honest. Josh there on the back of Baz Brains, trying to make any sort of inroads, or trying to make a move really, but Baz Brains holding firm at the moment and actually on track for a podium so far. So if he can keep them medium tyres together, as there was a bit of lag there, might have been from me or from Baz, but yeah, at the moment, Baz Brains on for a podium. Josh trying to take it away from him and maybe go up for Wisburn ahead if his pace is going to be that electric. But yeah, looking like at the moment this could be a little bit of a ball fest until someone's close up to make a move. And speaking of close up to make a move, it looks like we're going to have one here. Jimmy Jags on Kodoy. Kodoy going to dump the battery. Jimmy Jags isn't going to do the same. Oh no, he does now. Kodoy trying to go a little bit late here. So he's going to make a move. Jimmy Jags, will he break late and fall for it? No, he does not. Jimmy Jags, nicest defense so far. With 6-second penalties, might have Bluebird close up on him in a minute, but Bluebird does need to catch up to these guys as Kodoy has a little bit of a snap there. Nothing too crazy yet. Ooh, definitely looking a bit second hand on them tyres already, though. It's only 7 laps old, but they're the rear tyres do wear out quickly as he taps the wall there with his rear tyre. As I say that, Josh still trying to go with Baz Brains, but Baz Brains, interestingly now, has closed up right to Wisburn. All things here, he was a little bit behind for a second ago, but Wisburn now having trouble on them hard tyres, and Baz Brains just trying to catch up to him. But I will say again, Blackburn here is doing an incredible job. I really don't want to jinx him, but I mean, even if I do, it's some incredible pace he's showing. Like, I mean, even on harder tyres and more laps on them, it's just well, he gets 3-second penalty, but he has the pace for it. Blackburn, he should be okay. But oh, yellow flag! Baz is out. Baz out. Vert safety car. Yeah, Baz from a net podium, now out of the race. Oh, and this is going to throw even more spanners now. Okay, so not a full core safety car. Blackburn decides against boxing, which is probably the good, smart thing to do here. As long as you don't exceed your delta time, you should be okay. But that's big points for Haas thrown away. Unfortunately for Baz, clipping the wall there. But once again, everyone has been doing it. Mostly qualifying sessions, but Baz just 1 lap too close to the wall. And Jimmy Jags actually decides on pitting. So I'm assuming with his penalties, he's just going to drop behind Kodoy and Bluebird anyway. So he'll decide to just go as quick as he can. Have potential to set fastest lap, we'll see. Fast lap currently is held by Blackburn, which makes a lot of sense. The only driver in the 110s currently, and by solid margin as well. I guess the Awesome was, but in terms of running drivers, yeah, no one within the 110s at the moment. And realistically at the moment, no one can really stop Blackburn other than himself. And I'll say that in case he gets a drive-through. So let's just wait and see, just in case he does. DRS enabled, we're back to racing. Looks like no one's got a penalty, so everyone has stayed within their time. So put it back to interval, see if we can get anyone else. Blackburn made a nice jump there on Tyler. He's about equal with what he had before the safety car started back up again. No, has getting past Baz Braze's, well, I guess, craned off car now at this point. His job is still running for the sake of it, just trying to get them a few points for the Williams team. And I guess it would be something a little bit fun to do. Just starting out, doing some Monaco laps. Even if you DNF, well, it's not like other people have been afraid of doing that. Look at that, Baz Brains, Jolly Viper, Chug the Awesome, Jeremy South, and Alex Perry. Half of them being very high caliber drivers, and others, well, I mean, obviously, there's still drivers here, so they're going to have to be very wary on their guard, but no, that is them out, and Josh touches the wall there slightly on his medium tyres. I think he's simply a little bit careful. Maybe thinking that P3 is just going to be on the cards as long as he can stay completely normal here. I think he's seen Baz Brains hit into the wall, and I think it was close to Chuck the Awesome also when he hit the wall, or he very at least knows where that happens is at that chicane, which clean shaves off tyres, so we just got to make sure that nothing like that happens. Will Tyler have any issues? He does not have any issues this time. We're just going to watch people. Hopefully they don't just DNF as soon as I spectate away from them. But currently, this looks to be your order. Other than Obviously, people catch up penalties. For example, Josh maybe falling out of Whisper's 3 seconds. Tyler catching up to Blackbone, which might still happen. Not sure what's going to happen in this race. But everything here just points to this being your order. I don't really see any other issues here. See Drama could catch Katet, I guess, but Katet is a ghosted car. See Drama just doing his best to keep within this race. No penalty so far, to be fair to him, so nothing too bad. And yeah, within the 6-second window now, so only people I can really see moving up or down at the moment. If you discount the stakes, I guess Hazard trying to catch Knowing Light and Tyler catching Blackbone. That is about it, really. I don't see anything realistic that can happen. Maybe Jimmy Jags catches Bluebird on them fresh soft tyres. It looks like he is. Gap's down to 9.1 for Jimmy. 11.4 last time around, which is quicker than quite a load of the people who are currently doing laps at the moment. And he's only 10th down on the time he just set. But even then, that's front-running pace in terms of fastest laps. 11.6, 11.6. And most people here sat in the high 11s or mid 12s. So Jimmy Jags might have a chance here of still catching up to Bluebird. It's just the issue of having to pass Bluebird and then pull away 3 seconds, which is always the issue here around Monaco. So Jimmy just has to be a bit careful as he almost hits the wall there. But he's okay so far. I mean, to be honest as well, his sauce may also die out. We don't know yet. But yeah, look at that, 7/10 down already. Looks like he's having just a bit of an issue with taking out Alpine around on the Monaco track. But he's gaining time on Bluebird. That's all he really wants to know. And Bluebird, always he gets very, very loose at the final corner. Doesn't even lose that much time, to be honest, though. About 10th in a bit. And considering from a mistake like that, 1.2 seconds off, still gains about half a second on that lap. Jimmy does have a chance to catch Bluebird, who once again does have that wing damage at the moment. But, yeah. Josh maybe actually has made a mistake or has just dropped the pace, really, because look at this. Wisburn, who I don't believe has been catching up to Tyler. I think he's just been actually losing ground to him. But Josh, look at this. He's taking it much safer. Maybe with more penalties, actually. That might be the case. Knowing Light here, currently he's also on track to lose P9 to Hazard, as Hazard is going to get that free position. Bluebird gets some penalties, so Jimmy will only now have to overtake Bluebird if he does catch him. But interestingly at the moment, Tyler and Blackbone. Tyler's trying to get back into it. Blackbone doesn't have much ERS at the moment, but Tyler is trying to get back into this Monaco race win, and he's only about a second away from doing so if them medium tyres can hold on. Because remember, he has got the softer tyres, but they're the younger tyres. So he's just got to make sure that he can keep the tyres in check, and potentially Tyler could be the one on for the win rather than Blackbone, who has shown, well, both of these two have shown amazing pace, but we'll wait and see come the checkered flag. Kodo, I think, is also trying to catch our Henson, I believe. I don't think he was this close beforehand. Our Henson probably is trying to, yeah, he's saving a lot of battery as well. So our Henson, I guess, also preparing himself if he does need to defend against people or try and pull away. Really struggling on traction, though. You can clearly see as he was one of the people not to box. 20-lap-old hard tyres. Basically the same as Blackbone's, as Blackbone did pit under the earlier virtual safety car, and our Henson pitted the lap before. But at the moment, looks like our Henson is going to hold on to 5th, but obviously not going to... my goodness me, I am... wow. Oh, Josh is also... Oh my goodness me. Okay, right, as soon as I say things, everything goes horribly wrong for people. Josh is now... whoa, okay, right, has to get some penalty, so Hazard now isn't on track to overtake Knowing Light yet at the moment. Okay, all sorts of things have gone wrong here. Josh is just... Has he got damage? I don't know if Josh has got damage, but he is now being pressurised by our Henson, who our Henson is now being pressurised by Kodoy. Even with that 3-second penalty, he's got the pressure behind him, and Tyler is now putting pressure on Blackburn. As Blackburn, look, he knows it. He's using that bunch of battery. Tyler just has more of it, and look at it. Tyler's gaining and gaining by each lap, and it might mean that Blackburn, even after a stellar race, might lose the race win here with that 3-second penalty, but will do his best to keep going at the moment. Our Henson has that 100% battery, decides to use some of it down this Monaco tunnel, just make sure he's safe from Kodoy behind. But he's still got Josh right here, who looks like he's been making a few mistakes. He's been trying to be careful, and Josh is still making these small errors, which is just it's going to be careful. He's just going to be really careful. Henson's also being careful here, obviously. He's on them really old, hard tyres. We're going to have a lot of wear by now around this Monaco circuit. I want to say about 26 laps by the end of this race, yeah. He'll go on to lap 37 with 22 lap old ones, I believe. Or is this already lap 36? No, it's lap 36. So, yeah, he will go on to the final lap with 25 lap old tyres, finish with 26, and he will go from there. Yeah, in other words, Chewy Jags picks up another penalty, and the inroads to Bluebird's gap has, I guess, just sort of halted at the moment. Bluebird not able to catch Corridor, and Jimmy's not able to catch Bluebird. Knowing Light and Hazard sort of stuck in a bit of a stalemate here. It's just whoever gets, I guess, more warnings by the end of this race, because I don't believe anyone can really get past unless there is a mistake from either of them. But yeah, Season Jobber still running around just for the sake of it. Katet there in his AI car, not doing any of the racing, but he is still here, I guess, to say one way. Tyler, though, look at this. He's only about 3-4 tenths behind now, and it's only 3 laps left of this race. It's going to be pretty close, and even though it might be close on track, it's going to be close to the results here. It gets even further overcast, I believe, around Monaco, but I don't think anything crazy is going to happen, like some massive shower of rain. I was just at least hope not, because otherwise that would be some tears for some drivers. But at the moment, Kodoy, yeah, looking like he is not going to get past our Henson on this lap. I don't think anyone's really going to get past anyone now. I think it's pretty much done, other than time penalties. So we'll just weigh out the last few laps and see who has the pace and who doesn't. Tyler draining the battery here. Each lap, I think he saves a bunch of it up through Sector 1. But that's where Blackburn gains quite a lot. So he can pull away there, especially with Tyler not getting the acceleration he has with no battery usage out some corners in Sector 1. But he uses it in Sector 2. And look, he gains about half a second on Blackburn each time he does it, because he just has more ERS to play with. Down a bit where it's got the most straights. Hazard picks up the penalty again. It looks like he's not going to get past Knowing Light anymore at all, really, at this point. But yeah, 2 laps left to go. It's still 3.4 to gap, but obviously anything could change. Blackburn could have a mistake on the final lap. We never know what could happen as we head into these final few laps. We've seen some crazy stuff happen. Chucky Awesome, I guess, is the main one. Whizbird gets another penalty, but it does not matter. Josh's mistake has put him out of contention for that position. Kodoy looking like he was getting very squirrely out of the corner there, and looks like he can't really overtake our Henson at the moment. Josh, I don't know if he's going to have any sorts of penalties, but yeah, Kodoy, look at this, right on the back of our Henson. If our Henson really has to, he might let him by and see what happens. But hold on a minute, Tyler's made a mistake. As I've just not been paying attention to the gap out front, Tyler's made a mistake, and that looks like it's going to be game over for the Williams driver. Blackburn has to keep it on the track and out of the walls now, and it looks like he is going to take the Monaco win here in BRL, and definitely will be the only Monaco race we do for a very long while at the very least. Looking like there's going to be no other moves up and down here. Yeah, Knowing Light after being lapped in that safety car has only really had Hazard to deal with, and that just, yeah, hasn't really been too fun for them. They've just been sort of following each other the whole time, getting warnings, getting penalties, but we are now on the final lap, and I think most people will be very happy to hear that, especially our drivers, as I think, yeah, it's looking like now Tyler just wants to get it across the line in that P2 spot with a bit of end plate damage as well, so I'm assuming he's hit the wall somewhere, having to recover it. And unfortunately for him, he's not really the one to take the Monaco win today. It's going to be Blackbone, provided he doesn't stuff it into the wall. Always got to make sure that I don't jinx people here. But yeah, looking nice from the McLaren driver here. Yellow flag 6-2. As I say that, that's Whizburn round. That could gain the position for Josh and our Henson. So, well, yeah, as I say that, I've jinxed up a driver. Whizburn, I did say it was going to be top 3. Not anymore. Anyway, Blackbone now, he's going to round the final corner through Raskas into the final corner down the main straight. It's been a grueling 35 laps. But 39 laps, sorry. But Blackbone there with old hard tyres takes the win with a beautiful drive. Our Henson gets a penalty on the very last sector of the race. Tyler finishes second after that. Really close drive, but he decides that he fumbles it on the final few laps, unfortunately for him. Wisburn looks like he's going to take P4 here as our Henson ruins his P4 chance with that penalty. And he might not even be able to get it anyway. It might be about 1 second away. But Josh will stand on the podium. Our Henson takes 5th. Jimmy Jags gets another penalty. Kodaway finishes P6 from quite far down, actually, to be fair to him. I will actually bring up the positions gained. Look at this. Bluebird comes through, weaving about, taking P7 for the Haas team. Some consolidation of the bad sprays crash. Jimmy Jags will be one of the last people to cross the line on the lead lap. He will be the last person to cross on the lead lap in P8, knowing like it hasn't lapped. But they take P9 and 10. CJ Drama, respect to him, even though he's been so far away from other people, he has decided, you know what, we'll keep driving, and fair play to him. CJ Drama will be the last real one to cross the line, and that is us. Done for Monaco. We're all done now, ladies and gents. I think some people once again are very glad to hear that we are all done now. And yeah, Jimmy Jags gets driver of the day according to the game, assuming that he probably got the most positions gained or most overtakes. One of the two. I think that's what happens with this game, how they decide it. But we'll just wait for anything here. Yeah, our Henson also decided. Oh no, decided to report a Jolly Viper lap 2 instant, I believe. But we'll just quickly round off the stream and grid order, obviously. Blackbone, pole, win, fastest lap. Win looked like it was never in doubt until that penalty. But Tyler, with the mistake in the last 2 laps, takes P2 in the end after starting P3 on the grid. Josh from 7th on the grid there takes 3rd and keeping himself well out of instance, even though he was very close to ending his own race a few times and dropping out of the podium. Wisburn, mistake on the last lap, drops him away from P3 to P4, but he keeps at our Henson P5, who would have been overtaking him, but Henson got that warning on the final lap. Kodoi in P6 after a nice drive from 13th on the grid. Bluebird 11th on the grid and finishes P7 after sustaining a bit of front wing damage and carries out for the rest of the race. Jimmy Jags from the last place on the grid goes up to P8, so not bad from him, and stays on the lead lap despite his 12-second penalty at the end, knowing Light and Hazard not on the lead lap as Mercedes Jarman and Catet rounds off the finishers. Baz Range, Johnny Viper, Chuck the Awesome, Jeremy Saff as Essex Perry round off DNS. Now if anyone wants to have a look at these warnings, I'm going to try and go through them so they're readable, but yeah, this will be the last thing you'll see off the stream. If anyone wants to have the race director, here you are. We're just trying to make it so everything's readable. And there we go, everybody. That is your Monaco race, done and dusted. And hopefully you'll enjoy all that, because we are not going to be there for a while. Our Henson, yes, now does, I believe, lead the Drivers' Championship after all of that. Jimmy, not very happy with that race, but he's in P8, he survived, so fair enough to him. And I believe that will now conclude the stream for Monaco. We'll travel next to Kota, a track good for our Henson, really. He is notoriously good at, so we'll see if he can retain what looks to be a championship lead for him for the first time, I believe, maybe ever. In BRL, but might fact check that eventually. Anyway then, I have been Mr. Cookie, and that has been your Monaco race. Goodbye everybody.